Check it, family. Many people have a perception of life. They see life in a one-dimensional way, two-dimensional, however you want to put it. But they only have a specific view of not just life, but reality as a whole. For some people, it's like a pretend. Like, they don't even know they're playing a role. And then there are people that have perspective of life. They're able to see life from various different points of view. They're able to put themselves in other people's shoes. Most people that are stuck in perception, they do the same thing every day and reach the end of their days and never already haven't truly lived. Develop a perspective. Perception is childlike. Perspective is mature. Children think they know. Mature people know they don't know. And therefore their perspective is more vast than those that think they know. Perception is arrogant. It is filled with hubris. It knows everything. It can't be wrong. Perspective is humble. It understands that it doesn't know while simultaneously understanding what it knows. We can't know everything, but children know everything. And there are many mature or grown adults that think they know everything and behave like they know everything and feel as though they know everything, while in reality they know nothing because they lack perspective. Most humans stunt their growth by thinking they know. The humans that continue to grow, they grow because they never stop seeking knowledge. They never stop seeking wisdom. They never take things as personal as though that think that they know, that feel as though they're always right, think they're always right, and act as though they're always right. And so anything that anybody else does, any constructive criticism or even negative criticism, they don't understand how to take it in the right way because they lack perspective. They only have a perception of reality. To them, WWE, WrestleMania is real. You get what I'm saying? And UFC, kickboxing, Muay Thai, all these things, they're just fake. Perception and perspective. Children have perception but lack perspective. More mature adults that have done the inner work have perspective and a more adaptive perception of reality. So things that seem as though are impossible become possible because the person's perspective has expanded. It is no longer limited by limiting beliefs, by feelings or sensations of the body, and it is no longer limited by unhealthy habits. However, immature adults still retain a deeper sense of perception of their reality. Being so stuck in what they think they know, or thinking that they know everything, and basing their actions on feelings, they hold on to resentment longer than other people because they are lacking in perspective. They have not matured spiritually. Even if intellectually they have continued to grow in the spirit, in their soul, i.e. in their mind, in their willpower, and in their emotions, they are still immature. They still have a childish, not childlike, but childish soul. Their soul is lacking in maturity and in growth, and i.e. in perspective. This lack of perspective, for example, can be understood and perceived by the perceptive individual in the mindset of the collective, especially in those adults that identify with their feelings, with the sensations of their body, and with their thoughts. And because they identify with feelings, bodily sensations, and thoughts, they are fooled by themselves and easily fooled and manipulated by social constructs through the mediums of information, the television that tell lies to their visions, and the mediums of entertainment that enter their minds and obtain control over it. Enter, obtain, mind, meant, because they lack perspective. This strict perception and lack of perspective causes many of us to act in an unruly and unwise way. We take unwise action, i.e. unrighteous actions that are out of accordance with a right state of consciousness. Righteousness is but right use of consciousness. You get what I'm saying? Those that lack perspective, that have a limited view of reality, that have a limited perception of reality, are easily manipulated and often act in ways that are unbecoming, i.e. are inhumane, are unwise, and are self-destructive. How do we correct this? We correct this by developing the soul. What is the soul? The soul is your mind, how you think, your feelings, your emotions, right? Energies and motions, and your willpower, what you can make yourself do. By developing the soul, you can balance the 7 spiritual centers known in the Bible as the 7 churches, known in Eastern traditions as the 7 chakras, expressed in the Bible as the 7 vices, or the 7 centers which are polluted by 7 vices, and which are remedied and brought into alignment through the 7 righteous virtues. This is the only way to develop the soul. Cultivate your soul. Figure out for yourself which of these 7 vices rule my body and cause me to act in an unruly and an unwise fashion, which continue to eat away and destroy my soul, my mind, my emotions, and my willpower. For me, it's always been 2. I'm of the belief that maybe most people is 2 vices, right? For me, it was slothfulness, i.e. the root chakra, and lust, undisciplined wastefulness, i.e. the sacral chakra. It have never been greed, because I have always been willing to work for what I want, i.e. the solar plexus. It has never been enviness, hate, or cursing of others, because I have always been loving my soul, my heart chakra. I have never been a deceiver nor a glutton, my throat chakra, and I have never been wrathful or arrogant, i.e. my third eye and crown. All right. For me personally, my root chakra and my sacral began to be balanced out. Those vices began to be replaced with virtues when I joined the military, right? In the military, I learned to embrace the suck and to persevere, to remain honorable, committed, and to be courageous with my duties. All right, so I learned to persevere, and I learned to be diligent, to move with a purpose. You get what I'm saying? I learned to also be disciplined, to do what is necessary, not what I feel like doing. I also began to grind, right? Replace that vice of greed or of desiring things without earning it by being more purposeful. I learned to love myself over time, to appreciate myself and to bless myself and do the same for others. I learned to be more honest with myself, to feed my visions with hope instead of despair, and my mindset with gratitude instead of ungratefulness. Perception and perspective. The masculine and the feminine. Chaos and order. Which one do you think is the chaotic one? Which one do you think is the feminine quality? Which one do you think is the orderly and the masculine quality? You have two hemispheres in your brain. You have two energies within you, a positive and a negative, a masculine and a feminine, an orderly one and a chaotic one, a logical and reasonable one, and an imaginative and free-flowing and also unreasonable one. Neither one is better than the other. They simply need to be balanced and used accordingly by the individual based on whatever gender and sex she has manifested as in. And the only way that you will be able to utilize this physical temple in the most efficient and proficient, proactive, positive, purposeful, and most powerfully impactful fashion in this physical reality, in this life experience as you, is by having the discernment and the prudence and clarity to use all this knowledge to the best of your ability. To be able to figure out when to be reasonable, when to be unreasonable, when to be logical, when to be imaginative, when to be strict, when to be in a state of flow.